Holy crap, we have a Night Pack Ambusher. This is actually not as good. Alright, taking a brief look at our white. Doesn't seem amazing. Double aerial assault is nice. Single pacifism. Okay, look, I'm just going to go straight to green because I just want to run that Night Pack Ambusher. That's good enough, man. Ooh. Ogre Siegebreaker. Not the best. Corpse Knight. Pretty good. 2 spiders is very nice. I think one of the big reasons we... Oh my god, Heartpiercer Bow. One of the big reasons we lost last time is that we needed to either pick up the pace faster or have better anti-air defense stuff. This is like one of the best cards in all of drafting history. Might of the Mass is fine. These are... This is good. These are fine. Growth Cycle might be an acceptable combat trick. Can we run Cavalier of Flame? I mean, this card is... It's big. It's thick. But I actually don't really have that much other red. A Shock, which is nice. Feral Abomination is nice. Gruesome Scourger. What's on my low end? Do I got a Bone Splinters? Ooh, we got them Bone Splinters. Ooh, I got a Boreal Elemental. Pair of Frostlinks is nice. Where do I even have early game? Black looks like it has some early game, I guess. Oh, dude, Blood for Bones. A pair of them. Okay, I think we're forming a game plan pretty quickly here. All right. I think I do need to run this just early dork. Early nerd. What's my mana fixing look like? I think I actually have a lot of good fixie dixies. I don't like Lotus Field that much. Certainly something like this. Should we splash blue? Maybe. Bone Splinters, we can kill some stuff. Sanitarium Skeleton for that early defense. Vampire the Dire Moon for that early defense. So we feel pretty good. Both of these Blood for Bones are just so good. Oh, there's removal. Completely missed on that. Like, if I can just keep a Night Pack Ambusher alive, we can just, like, win. This Scourger's pretty nice. How am I looking? Nothing in the 2-drop. This is kind of why I'm putting in the 1-drops. Blight Beetle. Ugh, it's so weak. Putting in just some very basic defense. Because, like, here's the real thing, is that, like, I want to have some ability to do something early in the game. Something. So, I don't really have that many 2-drops, so I'm trying to put in some 1-drops. I mean, like, Healer of the Glade does not feel great. But, you know, what are you going to do? Moat Piranhas. Ooh. Maybe instead of black, we go blue. No. I basically have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards I'd be interested in casting. What are some of these things up here? Hot piece of bow. Moldavine Reclamation, yes. Splash a little white in here. Splash white for removal. Like, we actually might be able to get a lot of different colors in here. Woo! This card is also pretty tight. That's not great. I'm gonna have a real weird looking deck. I currently have essentially a Night Pack Ambusher deck. I have a deck that tries to get out Night Pack Ambushers. And if that's the case, you know what? I'm feeling... Do you feel that? Because I'm feeling stupid. Alright, watch this. In goes the Blossoming Sands. There's a white source. There's another white source. And then I'm going to put in probably 2 planes here. But look at this. Pacifism. Boom. Aerial Assault. Boom. Bam. Yeah. Yeah, all those other ones are pretty bad. But heck yeah, man. Put in these 2 idiots. So here I have 7, 8, 7 swamps. So let's see, I have 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 ways to get swamps. I have 8, 9 ways to get forests. How many creatures am I rocking? 13? Like not a terrifically large amount. I mean, how do we it's not a question is how do we win, it's like how do we lose, because this deck is absolutely fire. Like, I basically have 3 Night Pack Ambushers because I have the Blood for Bones. This guy's amazing. This is solid. This is meh. This is great. Whatever. Cool. Fuck yeah. This deck is all about the Night Pack Ambusher, man. I don't even know if I should run Boneclad Necromancer. It's just like such... I mean, I think I'm going to do some... You know, I think I'm actually going to run the Plummet. Because that's like a way that we lose. Wow. I think I'm just going to put in the Barony Vampire. Just to like have something on the board. Oh yeah, this is a work of art. That's some good bone crushing. Let me just do another sanity check. Let me just go through the other black cards. Unholy Indentures, potential thing. There's enough exile effects. Oh my god. Night Pack. Victory Ambusher. Yeah, perfect. Let's get that Night Pack Ambusher art in there, yeah, because the whole deck is hinged on that. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing... nothing good. Yeah! I think we did it. This is just such a good sealed construction. It's so good. It is as good as I am tired. This format is sufficiently slow that the gentle pinging can win. That is such a fucking terrible hand, but I'm gonna hang on to it because I have a Centaur Courser, which is like one of my best defensive creatures in the early game. Get thee to a nunnery. Oh my god, that's exactly what we want to see. So in case you haven't seen it, this is a Night Pack Ambusher deck. We got the Brightwood trackers to find the Night Pack Ambushers. We have a couple ways to put Night Pack Ambushers in the graveyard and to bring them back to the board. Can't believe that we might actually be doing it. Moldervine Reclamation will allow me to draw a land and play that next turn and swing with the Centaur Courser. What does this thing do? Oh, that's what golems get the... Okay. Well, this is just kind of sad. It's a lot of good cards for us. A lot of good cards coming for us. Oh yeah, Barony Vampire. Fuck yeah. End that turn. It is perfect. Alright, I gotta remember not to like fucking lean in like this, like stretch my neck like I'm some weird monster. Oh shit. What does this do? Tap a thing that a guy does. This is eventually going to be incredible. Yuck. Well, to understand recursion, you must first understand recursion. Get this one out of there. Alright, man, if we get this land, this is going to be sick. I still feel like we're going to stay alive. We're going to stay alive. Ah, squad captain. I'm sorry, what? This is all part of the plan. All part of the plan, dude. Well, that was just the wrong play, but that's fine. Oh, yeah! Alright, how do we start the victory march back into this game? I think we start by doing this. Saying no. And crossing our little fingers. Who here is an elemental? Alright, so this is good. So we do this. Block like this. This is really going great, man. We're going to draw white mana. So that didn't do it. But it also didn't not do it. Alright. Some tough decisions for our opponent. Alright, perfect. Chump with one. Just start devouring things for free feels incredible. Let's get some of that sweet white mana. Well, this hurts us, doesn't it? return that guy to the battlefield. Let's put the courser back in the hand, and I think we're looking good so far, you know. Jam the reclamation. Oh, I thought it said when it dies, you lose a life and draw a card. Huh. My bad, everyone. My bad. I'll be the first one to admit it. First one to admit it. There are so many things in black that draw a card and lose a life. An astounding number of things that do that. And so I'm actually just going to do the Scaredy Cat play. I'm just going to go ahead and run down the Centaur Courser. I mean, I read it and I knew for a fact because there are just so many of those. Wow. Well, that is a problem. Fuck. Alright, what the hell do we do about this bastard? This was actually... I was about to frickin' stabilize, man. Damn it, man. I was about to, like, this close to stabilizing, man. Shoot. Alright, let's get this one out. Alright, that's cool. Let's return something here. I'm thinking the Brightwood Tracker seems pretty tight. Let's get the Barony Vampire back. It seems just fine. Seems totally fine. Get a Night Pack Ambusher of my own soon. We're very close to stabilizing. I see chumping in my future. Oh, wait, this bastard has trample, doesn't it? Burial Assault's a sorcery? Yes. What's the point, Snaky? 'Tis indeed. Yeah. Rawr. All right. All right, let's make sure that we counted this correctly. And I didn't. It's not that it would change the plan or anything, but, you know, what are you going to do? Probably want the chumping friend first and foremost. Let's see if our buddy swings out. I can go like in theory double block, but I think I'm trying to see if I can avoid playing that guy. Because I can, like, eat that, chump that, block that, take two. That seems fine. Okay. Nice! Except for the fact that there's a wolf coming every turn. But I have a lot of confidence in myself. I actually think this, plausibly, possibly. By God, I got a plummet. Feels good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I actually have to do this, which I don't want to do. Let the record show that I don't want to do this. That's fine. What I'm trying to do is I was trying to get into a position where I could Brightwood Tracker and then in response, or excuse me, Brightwood Tracker to find the Nightpack Ambusher to be able to flash it in, but then I wouldn't have had enough blockers to be able to stay alive. So that's why I was going, oh, I wish I didn't have to do that. So. Do I even fucking have a flyer? Do I have any way to kill this? I don't think I do. I mean, I might just actually lose this game due to decking myself. / wrecking myself. Sam Qual says, Dan, I just want to give you a quick thanks because you helped me through some nasty, depressive times. Love what you're doing. Keep the positivity up. I'm from Germany, by the way, so apologies if my English is wonky. Your English is absolutely 10 out of 10, A+ around, my friend. Thank you for the kind words. I have 14 cards left. It's actually going to help me more. Because if I'm flying, I'll win in 14 turns. I think I actually just have to go for the swollenness. I actually can't kill this bastard. Great. He's both my blood for bones. Shit. Oh, that fucking sucks. I think I'm just going to concede this game and move on with my life. Dude, by the way, this is why my entire deck is built around the Nightpack Ambusher, because, like, our opponent destroyed us. Despite us being able to draw more cards, have seemingly higher card quality, having all this removal. Our opponent just played a Nightpack Ambusher before we did, and there was, like, nothing I could do about it. And that was the good game. card is so good. Night Pack Ambusher, oh my god. God, Night Pack Ambusher is just an insane card. Let's see here. This is pretty much great. I'm going to Magic Fest Vegas. No, I am delighted to say I am not traveling for a while. For so long. I think I'm going to be doing some traveling around TI time. I'm doing a little hang out with the buddy party. Yeah! Good target for Blood for Bones, huh? Oh, God, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited to just be in a relaxing life. Oh. Huh. Gosh, I'm so excited to not travel. I love traveling. I love not traveling. Oh, my God. And Festool Blade. I don't necessarily think I want to pacifism that yet. And I'm so sorry. I asked about my delegates question, and some people responded, and I was totally involved in one of the games earlier. Josh with Fool says your eyes look so tired. Get a coffee, my man. I have had a shitload of coffee. I'm just going to be tired, and I'm sort of okay with that. The question was, there is a... I'm going to phrase the question so that programmers and non-programmers alike can roughly get it. There is a concept in programming called a delegate function that is sort of built upon a concept called functions. Very, very basic concept called functions. And the question is, there are many ways to explain programming concepts. Oh, that's such a nice draw. Pacifism this. Blood Burgle this. Swing and pay. But, you know, like, for instance, a function I would explain to a non-programmer as the following. A function is a code, a little block of code, that takes stuff in and poops something out. And so, for instance, if you go to Starbucks to order a coffee, which I should do because I'm fucking tired, even though I've been drinking coffee all morning, my input is some money and the words, I want an espresso. I give money, I give the word. At the other end, an espresso pops out that I can drink. In between what was going on, I have no idea. I don't know what was going on in there. That's the function, the thing that's in there. The function is the little barista doing the stuff and banging the stuff, grinding the coffee nuts, whatever they're called. And so functions are useful because you just know that you put stuff in and you get stuff out. And the sort of internal guts, once they're up and running, you just know you put something in and you get something out. So in programming, you might, instead of having a function that's a coffee function, you might write a function that defines how, if an explosion occurs somewhere in 2D space, the function is all the instructions of how Mario gets pushed around. The inputs would be things like the position of the explosion, the force of the explosion. The outputs would be something like force actually being applied to Mario. And precisely how that works. Damn, I didn't get there. Alright. Things are slowing down. And so my question is, there's this more advanced concept called a delegate function that I'm trying to think of how you'd explain a delegate function to a non-programmer. Because I always feel like the state of true understanding is when you can explain a high level of expertise to someone with a low level of expertise. So that whenever I'm trying to learn something, I try to strive to get to that point where I feel like I can explain something to someone who doesn't know anything about the field or subject or whatever. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Our plan is working. We have a bunch of nerds that are clogging up the board and buying time. So that way we can just use the Brightwood tracker to start getting card advantage. Gravitero says, I might say that a delegate function is like slipping the barista the instructions on how to make the coffee as you ask for it. Gravitero says, or am I thinking of anonymous functions? No, anonymous function is when you have a function without a name, such as in a lambda expression. That might actually be a reasonable starting point. Oh my god. What phase are we in? We're in declare attackers? Okay. Alright, that'll do. Yeah, let's get the big boy out. I mean, this would be a pretty acceptable card to go swinging in with. Yeah, I'm actually gonna start making some attacks, because now that I have a big scary silverback shaman, I can blood for bones to sack the healer of the glade, which will return back to the battlefield the silverback shaman, and then I can get back one of these large dudes. Yeah, Cheesy X says the general concept is instead of telling the computer ahead of time everything it needs to do, you tell it, I'll give you the instructions later. And then you kind of like give a format for what those instructions are going to look like later. Yes, I like where you're going, Zenodowski. A function as an input to another function, that's kind of where delegates are used. It says, so yeah, that's something like the barista doesn't know herself. Farts. Yeah, but you didn't think I'd do that under natural. Joshua Fool says, having trouble getting why a delegate function is preferred. Can you expand upon that question? And you may have actually said it before and I just scrolled past and I didn't see it. Seems like the most reasonable play. I sacrifice this creature. Draw a card. That one back. That one back. Seems pretty good, yeah. So the question is, why use a delegate function? What problem does it solve more easily than other types of functions? Can you give an example? Let me give a nice clean. I want to give the nicest, cleanest little example. I just want to, nail it. And I want to try to find the right explanation. So bad I do. But I need to play this here video game. Swing with both of these first. See what occurs. I want to get this dang spider out of here. Good. Good. I could have swung with this Brightwood tracker as well. How's the jet lag? That's horrible. See, that's why I could have swung with that. Oh yeah, that's some good bone crushing. Alright, so we're getting pretty wide. So maybe better programmers will be able to give me feedback on this statement as a simple delegate example, but because I'm not the best at them. That's why I was watching videos, reading about it this morning, thinking about it. But like a core example of, or a core problem in programming has nothing to do with does the program work. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Farts. It's how do I communicate to other people cleanly and easily, or how do I keep adding stuff later so that I don't create a pain in the ass for myself. Or these are more human things, less like does it literally work kind of things. So, let's say that you're ordering a product off Amazon. Once you've purchased the product, there's a couple of things that need to happen. Like, you might just always want to email a receipt. No matter what, you always email a receipt. But maybe another thing that you do when you purchase a product is that you want to deliver it, but depending on the kind of product, you might want to deliver it in different ways. If it's a physical product, you might want to send it to their address. If it is a digital product, you might want to email them the product, if it's like an ebook or something. If it is, maybe you purchased the movie Aliens on Amazon.com. God, I really get the best stuff. Maybe you purchased the ability to stream a movie off Amazon.com, so nothing really needs to be delivered. It just needs to be added to your account. So one way to do this stuff that actually, I think I do want that. One way to do this is just to do if then. If it's physical product, send it. If it's digital product, email it. If it's just a purchased movie, then just lock it in to do that. Or what you could do is you could have this delegate delivery function. And the way your code would look is it says whenever someone buys a product, 1, always email them the receipt. 2, execute whatever function has been brought or has been handed to me right now that contains the delivery instructions for this particular item. Yes, everybody died. I'll kill you 2 at a time. And what's nice about this is if there became some sort of 4th type of product, like let's say for instance you could purchase a product that would immediately deliver it into your brain, right? It's brain juice. Yeah, it's some good brain crushing. Then your code still just says email the receipt, deliver the product using whatever function was provided to me, this delegate function. And you don't need to touch that code. It still just works fine. You have injected the instructions right when you do it. So it's kind of a method for handling... Yes, the groping vulture. Oh no, it's a gorging vulture. I don't think I know how to read very well. Just saying. Farts. Everybody now. So, like, this stuff that I've been burbling about, like, these delegates are very useful for handling when you're not entirely sure what's going to be happening once the program is running. And you might go, well, why would that be the case? Well, if you imagine a website as large as Amazon, if I'm writing the code for product delivery, I want to write it once and let whatever anyone else is doing just work with my shit so I don't have to worry about it. And believe it or not, your pal Sean loves the organization. Oh, I love it. Is that lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh! Don't give a damn, going in. Oh wait, that was lethal because that Leafkin Druid is tapped. That's actually so funny when that thing got tapped. Ghost Stalker, good to see you. Alright, I'm coming in, Undernatural. Here I come. Yeah, I did it. I just want to take a moment to talk about what I think is like a really important concept in games. I think about this a lot because it happens so often when I'm streaming. So what just happened to our friend that we were playing against now is our buddy had that mana druid that tapped to pacify one of my creatures. That mana creature should have not been tapped. It should have stayed back to block. We could clearly see that our opponent had a ton of free mana available to cast all those things. So, given that our opponent did tap, I could have used my Siphon spell to kill the remaining dude. I would have dealt more than 8 damage with my attack, and I would have won right then and there. But I looked at that, and in my brain I went, oh, very obviously I expect that he will leave both of those up as blockers. Therefore, I could only get through 7 damage if I did use my Siphon ability, so I'm not going to Siphon. Siphon could have targeted face. I don't think it targets face. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Oh, it is any target. Great. Yeah, no, we could have done it to face too. Yeah, no, I'm still learning the cards in M20. So I thought that was a target creature spell. I think I was confusing that with Chandra's, whatever it's called, that deals 4 to a creature and 2 to the face. Anyways, but like because I expected that result outcome, I was just processing down that route. And literally, if I use my eyes and I see the board, like if I walked into the room on that board turn, I would go, what do we have here? Oh, okay, here's how you can do that sequence to kill. But I was responding to what my brain's expectation of the situation was, not with what my eyes were doing. And that's a really interesting thing, because on one hand, you might say there's something strictly bad about doing that. And obviously this is a situation where you're like, oh, obviously Sean, just look at the fucking board, right? But on the flip side, I was having a conversation this morning about how in Brood War, what lets players play very quickly and click a lot of buttons is not necessarily just that you're hitting buttons quickly. It's instead that you have so many things coming up ahead that you're expecting, that you can plan for, that you're working with, that you're sort of constantly leading ahead, like 10 to 15 seconds, just with an awareness of what's going on. And the best way to improve your hand speed is not to try to do stuff right now faster. It's to try to think more about your plan and respond more to this thing. And there's tons of examples of I'm going to keep it. This seems good enough. All right, I have all my mana colors. Counter-Strike players who are able to swiftly move through an area because they know I need to worry about this one, and this one, because this is like, you know, my game skill tells me that these are the 3 places where they can be, so I check them and now I can move on. Whereas if you're a new player, or I should say an experienced player, looking around some area, looking in some new area as a new player and you don't know that much, then all of a sudden everything feels threatening. Everything requires a hell of a lot more like processing and stuff. So I mean, I find this like interesting balance that goes on where as players get better and better and better at games, they're responding to patterns, they're responding to trends, they're responding to what typically is the right thing to do in said situation. But this can often be like strictly worse than just literally looking at what's there and doing stuff. Alright, so we have our Abzan Ambusher. If I just get my Bleach for Bones, or whatever it's called, then we can kill. I'm the fucking best player in the universe. blood for bones, not bleach for bones. That's a very weird mixeruha. Oh, welcome to my market. I trade bleach for bones. If this gets countered, then, you know. Wapsie dipsies. Nightpack Ambusher. That one's gonna come to the battlefield. And let's get this one back in the hand, huh? Alright. I'm gonna get some water and some coffee. Do-do-do-do-do. Here he comes. It's day 9. He's coming around the corner. Alright. Wow, my opponent has made quite a mistake, huh? Quite a mistake. Our opponent making quite a mistakey. Yeah, I'm just gonna probably pacify this passive guy, huh? I mean, it stinks a little bit. It stinks a wee bit. Stinks a little bit. One Drop says, how would you explain like on 5 interfaces? That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so I've heard interfaces explain it's a contract. You just need to make sure that you're fulfilling the contract. And I universally hate that explanation. Do I want a dog? Or a large thing? Yeah, okay, so here's the explanation that I like to give for interfaces, because I'm kind of the opinion that interfaces make more sense when you're talking about their use rather than how they work in a vacuum. But So here is the use of it. That doesn't encompass everything, but I like this. I like this. Why not cycle the shaman? Because we're building up 3 cards like this. This forces our opponent to do stuff like this, and then I get all sorts of nice free benefits like this. Or I could just not block, which I actually think is what I'm going to do. Here's an example of kind of like what an interface is. Okay, so like, think about interfaces in real life. Like, you go to an ATM machine, there's a whole bunch of circuitry underneath, there's a whole bunch of stuff that it can do, but you know what the interface that you work with? It's the buttons for your PIN. It's a little hole that you put your card into. ATM machine. Yeah, do you guys know what ATM stands for? After I tell you this, all of you are going to say ATM machine from here on out. Alright, you know what ATM machine stands for? Alright, some people are saying automated teller machine. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's not what it stands for. That's what it used to stand for. Stands for anytime money. Anytime money, baby. Yeah, and what were you saying? Something less interesting than that? Yeah, it sounds about right. Anytime money machine. ATM machine. I originally heard that from my dad when he was in India for a while. And I remember people there that was just like, oh yeah, do you need anytime money? And Dad was like, what? Anytime money, ATM machine? Said it with full sincerity in their hearts. Alright, we're so far winning. I think let's make another dog. Bliss Loves has got me that 4-year badge. Mwah. Okay. Again, what the fuck is an interface in programming? How would I explain it? Okay, but again, imagine that like inside the ATM machine, there's all sorts of wires and information transfer. Like it's transferring stuff to your bank in the back end and stuff. But all you do is you just hit these buttons and have a little slot for the card, and that's about it, right? You have a limited interface to the full functionality of the ATM machine. Like, for instance, you can't start sending all sorts of random signals to the bank. You don't have that capability. The machine has that capability. But you, my friend, you do not. And so this is kind of the idea of an interface in programming. You might have some large block of code that does all sorts of shit. By the way, I'm going to take this moment now to answer a previous question from Nox T about why not just play the Silverback Shaman. You're seeing that our opponent is playing cards. We're building up a board with wolves. We're taking some damage, but we're killing some stuff off. So far, so good. If at some point our opponent kills off our Nightpack Ambusher, look at all these cards that I now have as backup in the hand that I can use to refill my board comfortably. And now we're good. If I were playing a Silverback Shaman, and then playing the Mammoth Spider, and then my Nightpack Ambusher died, I would not have a handful of cards anymore. Cool. If I were really getting close to death and I needed some sturdy blockers, I would play these things, but... Ah! Never auto-pass, I meant to hit end turn. So anyways... Just going back to the interface question, sometimes you'll have like a bunch of code that does all sorts of stuff. And so you might want to limit access. Say you can only do this little bit of code, just this little part. Like for instance, this is not exactly the best example, and I know that like a programmer listening would be like, oh wait, but what about you know, if I had a character in an RPG that had a whole bunch of statistics, has like items and stuff that you can equip and all this sort of stuff. I might have like some UI that just wants to gather some of the statistical data about the character, but it doesn't care about the animations and the graphics and the movement of the dude. It just cares about that data. So in the same way that our ATM machine, there's just a tiny little bit of stuff we can do because we have a tiny little interface of buttons that allows us to interact with it, tiny little thing. You can create kind of limitations of how much code here can talk to how much code there. And the way to do that for functionality is called an interface. And that's the way the interfaces made sense to me, right? Like, if I have full access to everything that the ATM machine can do, I, a human being, I can fuck stuff up, man. That would be bad, right? If you have a UI display information in RPG that could occasionally fuck up the character movement, oh my god, that would be horrible. Now, if the code is working perfectly correctly, you don't need to worry about that. But code rarely works perfectly correctly, and one of the ways that we try to prevent Programmer A from ruining Programmer B's stuff, or Programmer A from ruining Programmer A year ago, or Programmer A year from now, one of the ways to do that is to have an interface to make sure that everything is a little bit limited in what it can and can't do. That's the explanation I've heard. So since my opponent hasn't played anything yet, I could arguably play the Barony Vampire. Ooh, I always want Blood for Bones in hand. Arguably, I could play the Barony Vampire and start beating, but I think this is a more consistent way to guarantee I'm going to hit the face. Farts. But your pal Sean is running a little card called Plummet. Programmer me 3 years ago is the absolute worst, is Snaky Moses. Past programmer Sean is mysterious to me. Absolutely mysterious. Because obviously I'm a full-time streamer. That's my main gig, is making content for y'all right now. But I really like fiddly problems. In fact, I fucking love fiddly, obnoxious problems. I love them. And programming is a great source of creating fiddly, obnoxious problems. I play Magic because it gives me fiddly, obnoxious problems. Then I unwind with little Dota, fiddly, obnoxious problems. Try to do machine learning in my spare time, fiddly, obnoxious problems. And because I would say that I do development stuff frequently, but not daily. Frequently, but not daily. And sometimes, I just gotta take a break for like a week. Or for instance, the last 6 weeks, I pretty much did like 2 days of anything coding. Spindle says, why not play the spider? It stops the flyer, right? Yes, but first of all, eats metal, no one's as lucky as I am. But second of all, I am less interested in preventing damage right now because I'm at 15 health. I'd rather play a huge threat right away and begin to do what I like to describe as beating ass. And this is something that I actually took me a while to get in Magic, is to look at the board and to not think preventatively, but to think actively. How do I step onto this board and begin to hurt the enemy? Well, this could actually be a bit of an issue. So, because I take frequent breaks with my coding stuff, There are some fucking bombs in this format, dude. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jesus. Probably just the sanitarium skeleton. Which looks weird, but... I am very going to play the plummet next. Whew. Oh my god, you're such a shitter. That was my plan. Possible that our opponent thinks it's safe to swing this, assuming that, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of these are gone. But yeah, like when I go back and I look at my code from a week ago, or 2 months ago, or 5 months ago, I sometimes I'm like, wow, wait, what does this mean? What's going on? And then I reread through it a little bit, and then I go, oh, Past Sean is amazing. Thank you, Past Sean. Thank you so much. Farts. You're my favorite, Sean N.A. Other times, I go look at Past Sean's work, and I go, wow, you must have been having a hard time, huh? Wow. Sometimes, this is my favorite, I have updated the code more and more and more, but I haven't updated the comment block that's at the top of the code that says what all of this, that, and the other does. Alright, well, we may win this yet. A lot of times I look at my old code and I go, I'm not working with this. I'm deleting all this shit. I added negative productivity 6 months ago. Sometimes I look back at my old code and I go, oh yeah, I was gonna fix that, wasn't I? Yeah, that's... oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen, isn't it? Fair enough. So weird. Because the thing about your memory and your thoughts is that they change and they evolve over time. There's thoughts that I've had, behaviors that I've had as a person when I was younger that, like, I mean, I'm borderline ashamed of, right? Like, you just get embarrassed when you think back to the things you used to think. But, like, you know, you feel like you're continuing to get better, continuing to evolve, you know, like, as I've gotten older, I can tell I have thoughts of, like, holy shit, that's a good one. What is more important? I'm gonna wait one turn. You know, I tend to go back and think that I maybe was more nuanced and thoughtful in a past interaction, or maybe you feel shame about something you did in the past, right? Like, your present self has a lot of opinions and identities and judgments about who you are as a person. But like when you go back and you look at code, you just have a concrete, solid-ass record right there. Alright, I mean, so long as my opponent is gonna keep doing this. This is great. By the way, this is scary as hell. When Agent of Treachery enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't own, draw 3 cards. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But it's weird. It's weird to just look back in time and to be like, oh no, I actually did a good job there. Or, huh, look at that, I must have been having an off day. Ha ha ha. You know, all those sorts of thoughts. It's just interesting. Oh, that's some good bone crushing. Okay, so I basically just chill, right? I have more than enough dogs to block all those Landos. In about a turn, I'm probably going to need to just slam down all this stuff. $11 versus 14. Fuck. Probably no attacking. Trying to create more dogs. My opponent is technically creating a 5/5 a turn, whereas I'm creating a less than that every turn. Actually, I just should have done this so long ago. I should have done this like a million years ago. I don't know why I was doing that. Get rid of this. Why not play the enchantment first? We absolutely are never playing this for the rest of the game. This is super a mistake. We have 10 cards left in our deck, a ton of creatures. We run the risk of immediately decking ourselves. So we can actually never play that. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 10. Now 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So Nightpack Ambusher. All right, well that's game. Alright, you got it. Serious? You got it? Yeah, go ahead and win. It's fine. It's like not a big deal. It's fine. It's alright. Can't beat that. Good game. We'll play. I think the mistake that game was very obviously not bone splintering the elemental immediately. This is the second day back for being in Hong Kong. Let's go ahead and keep 7. I mean, this does look like the best possible thing that's ever happened to me. There's no way to lose this. I'm actually, like, I would not be surprised if I Night Pack Ambushered, and that was the game. My opponent just conceded, because Night Pack Ambusher is that good of a card. Gotta sit up straight. You have a flyer. That's a pretty good play. A+. Cerulean Drake. Protection from red. Ah. Yeah, this is just like... Oh, it's elemental spell. For some reason I was like, oh, anything that has Chandra in the name? Is that the qualifier? Has Chandra, it's good. You know, I think I will play a Spider, because this just shuts down everything that Masasa Fish wants to do. Did you get to see interact with any of the Hong Kong protests? I didn't. I did not. What does this thing do? Sacrificing deals 1 damage to any target. Fine. Alright, that's my dog. I want it that way. That seems great, doesn't it? Ah! Oh. What? Look at this value dog. This is great. Look at this. Let's just get another one of those, huh? I cannot believe it's 3:31 already. I love playing Magic the Gathering. I love playing Magic. This is so fun. Hey, what happened to the music? Okay, so let's count. We have 2, 4, 6. Let's assume that this is a force. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 total damage on the board, assuming that for whatever reason I just can't block. So... Masasa fish. We'll be dead very soon. Yep. I want... Dude, there's... Oh my god, I was listening to some songs recently that were so fine. They were so good. Oh my god. Do you know that Justin Timberlake's debut album, Justified, is incroyablement? It's so good. I'm going to keep sending dogs in, because I have a read that my opponent will throw away one Flappy Bird a turn. 2 Flappy Birds a turn, yeah. God, this is... I mean, this is so violent. And we have a resummon it, too. Senorita, I feel for you. You deal with things that you don't have to. He doesn't love you, I can tell by his charm. There's a new Taiko album? Oh, great, man. Figured it out. Figured out the play. Yeah. I'll summon a dog. I mean, I feel good. Oh, Jesus. This game was violence. It was violence, man. We're gonna have to put a band-aid on the Sasa fish. He blew it. Thievery Corporation, Sneaker Pimps. I love Sneaker Pimps. Oh, Loretta Young Silks is such a good song. Loretta Young Silks. Oh yeah, some good bone crushing. I guess I don't need a Barony Vampire. This little guy's gonna just block everything for me. The wilds are evolving. What else is good? I like a lot of trip-hop stuff. Massive Attack, Sneaker Pimps. Yes. Would like 1 black mana. Watershed's pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Pretty good. Oh, DJ Shadow's just great. Netcaster Spider. I almost read that as Nectar Spider. Dum 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 dum. No, I shall not block it. I'm coming back with that lifelonk. I'm gonna burgle some blood. Scroll. Alright, I got the play. Watch this. Boom. Coming in. Yeah! Give me that life back. Bam! Ow! I got some bone splinters I can cast on the sanitarium skeleton for some good bone crushing. very well. I'm coming in, man. Fuck with me. Yeah, that's right. Keep the pup up. Gold Dracon says, is there a particular song you can remember that you can say got you into electronic music in the first place when you were younger? That introduced you to that world where you were like, oh yeah, I like this. I actually do have one for you. Alright, well, I mean, I may as well. Hold the fort, my friend. I went on to a teamliquid.net forum thread where people were like, hey, what's some electronic music you listen to? And one of the bands that was listed there was Chris Clark. Who, honestly, it is pretty out there, man. It's pretty freaking weird. I'm just gonna chump continuously until I draw a Night Pack Ambusher. And so I, actually, like, the first electronic album I ever bought was Empty the Bones of You by Chris Clark. Yeah, some good bone crushing. I fucking love saying that. I find it quite funny. Yeah, I listened to that album and it was just so different than anything I'd ever heard. It was so weird. And from there, I started listening to Autechre. And I mean, by the time I was going to college, I still didn't have that large of a selection of electronic music. There's a sort of few smattering of albums and a few little huntings. I got into some Sneaker Pimps. Heard the song Loretta Young Silks, which is a very good song. And was like, oh my god, again, it's like very different from usual. Because like, oh, thank God.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something new.
In response... I thought this was the one that was going to summon the elementals. I was like, ah, fuck. No, what? What? Is it? Oh my god, is this Rapid Bite? Don't do it! No! No! And from there, I started listening to, like, Boards of Canada and general Sneaker Pimpitude. I have nothing I can chump with for a while, so I'm just gonna keep doing this. This poor skeleton, man. And from there, I found that I really liked a lot of sampler-heavy stuff, like DJ Crush, obviously DJ Shadow's Spectacular. This is a little risky, but I like risks. Got him. Bam. Ang8811 says music has a right to children is so good. That is an incredible album. So, how did this get summoned? Ah, yes. Right. I'm just gonna bone splinters that.
I sure hope you can't handle the heat.
At least this thing and this thing dies. Yeah.
That's it. I'm going home.
And I think that as time has gone on, I think that there's like the oh, we are doing it, man. We are just cruncheroniing it. Holy shit. I'm telling you, I think the baby skeleton, Sanitarium skeleton, is like ridiculously good. Blue Sky Black Death, many of you know, is probably my favorite group of all time, and the work by both of those producers individually. I like a lot of early Trent Moeller and Lulu Rouge. I just love that really deep, heavy, thick sound. A lot of more recent Trent Moeller, I actually like deeply, deeply hate. Opponent has been gifted with so much paradise this game. I haven't actually spent a lot of time hunting for new music lately. And it sucked. Like, when I listen to my Discover Weekly on Spotify, I just, like, go through all 30 songs, and I'm just like, I don't like any of these. We did it. We did it. Thumbs up for me. Woo! I'm telling you, man, this Night Pack Ambusher deck. I think we're underperforming with our Night Pack Ambusher deck. The fact that we have a Night Pack Ambusher is so good. And I want to stress that, like, I literally built an entire deck centered around that creature. Not Sean. We just need to interface you with music recommendation engine I'm working on. Dude, send it my way. Not, man. If you got music that can just be pumped into my body continuously. This is the boldest keep you'll ever see. And I'm playing planes first. Boom! Shit, yeah, man. The groping vulture. He's grabbing your graves. What went in here? Healer, which is good. That guy, which is good. Yeah, I'm actually fine with all those going to the bin. Whatever. Draw. Toot toot! Chubbs McGee says, you're gonna get in on the latest trend of selling your bathwater. Oh my god, I think that is so funny, man. I think that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard, man. I think that is brilliant. So there was some Instagram lady that literally sold her bathwater. I just think that is the funniest shit, man. I mean, that's so funny. Because, I mean, you've heard that phrase, like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, I would drink her bath water. And it's like, ha 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 ha. You know, it's like amusing, but then someone's like, alright, guys, I got bath water. What's up? Alright, I mean, we're nearly there. Literally never heard that phrase. I'm surprised you haven't heard that. Alright, making our way up. We're a forest and some hope away from getting ourselves a Night Pack Ambusher. I wouldn't be surprised if some people haven't heard that. That seems kind of weird. It is a good day to scry. No. So, I mean, I'm gonna have to pacifism this now. Yes, keep discarding. The reason I say I have to pacifism this now is that I want to have 6 mana available open to Brightwood Tracker. This will be a wee bit of a pickle. But we'll have enough mana to Aerial Assault and Night Pack Ambusher next turn, so that's fine. This is kind of funny. Blocks. Pass. This is going to be close, because we do this, we say yes. And then we're going to get that green mana. We love that green mana. Forêt. And then we're going to do this. We're going to get the Night Pack Ambusher. That's my dude. We're going to get the Night Pack Ambusher. Okay, I mean, that's fine anyways. Whoa! What? Who runs that card? I can't believe that this is how it might happen. And then it's actually pretty significant. So look at this guy. Oh, you fuck. Oh my god. Really? You don't want to turn into a vampire? Whatever. Dude, I can't believe this blood-soaked altar is being such a unit right now. I don't really know what we're going for, to be honest. I mean, I'm a Night Pack Ambusher deck, and our opponent is a this thing deck. So I guess we need. I like that when I hover, it's just off the screen. Holy shit! I think there's nothing that can't to be done. Bone splinters is kind of nice. I don't have anything that can destroy artifacts. I have plummets. Pretty tight. Our opponent is getting awfully low. I'm gonna do the no blockies right now. That is very tight. I don't really care. Yeah, let's get this undead servant out of here. Take it. Now we're going to go for the big swingies. Traveler. Okay, let's see here. I know, it's so hard, meow. God, if you aren't just the cutest little cat I ever did see, I don't know what is. You know, I think that what I do is actually just double block like this. And I think we chill. Our opponent is actually so low on health that... Alright, yep. God, you're really cute, and I really love you a lot. But for God's sake, just give me a minute. See, the ace in the hole that we do have is that our opponent is at frickin' 5. Can't really pay to discard and make demons. So if I blow this up, I think I just have to pass here. Take the damage. We're not under a lot of threat on the ground. Just really hope Cactus God just draws land for the rest of his life. That's our play. I have a little cat on my lap. Isn't that nice? Hey, what are you doing? You being a good cat? Jesus Christ. This cat, I have never seen this cat be this happy. Okay. What attacks can I make? I don't think I can actually make any particularly good ones right here. Hey, Champman, Champman, give me a screenshot. Give me a screenshot. Anytime someone says lethal, I always want to get a little screenshot with it. That would actually be super helpful. I thought we were off by just un. Now is the time to strike. So if I just swingo dingo with everything go. I need a count. This has trample, right? So let's do it like this. So if I swing like this, this has to get blocked by this, right? And then 3 damage can get blocked, 2 damage can get blocked, 2 damage can get blocked. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good enough for me. Yep. Yep. And so this is the only way that our opponent survives with 1. And then what our opponent could possibly have done is, if there was a way that our opponent could have blocked the sanitarium skeleton and, like, the other dude. Yeah, I'm good. Our opponent could have traded the zombie for sure. But the big thing is that what our opponent could not have done is blocked in a way such that they had a dude alive and then sacked the 1/6 to turn it into a 5/5 to swing back at me for lethal. I'm actually very pleased we won that game. Alright, sanitarium skeleton, and then a bunch of other garbage. Could have blocked the zombie. Yeah. I mean, basically what I did is I counted. If my opponent blocked the maximum amount of damage, what does my opponent do? Our opponent goes to 1. Okay, so that's going to force some trades. Yeehaw. Yeehaw! I'd like to give a shout out to Past Sean for stating that, hey, what's the way we lose with this deck? Well, if we get a Nightpack Ambusher out, we basically just outright win. So really it's flyers, it's the flappers. Just put in a plummet. Get him. Get him, got him good. Can I just say, I'm so happy to see all you guys. It's probably going to take like next 6 weeks just to get back to the viewership numbers we were at before. And all that good stuff. No! No! Ah! Here comes another Flappy Bird. Oh my god, that's all the land I wanted to have. Bum ba-dum, bum bum. So nice of you to all come here and hang out with me while I'm streaming. Oh, I set an alarm for myself because I'm brilliant. Guys. That is not instant speed. Damn. May as well just kill it now. Guys, What the Deck is on Monday. I'm playing against Nox. It's What the Deck on Monday. Go to the Discord. Just Google Day9 TV Discord. Join it. There's a deck submissions channel, and submit a deck that has 8 or more cards with Enter the Battlefield effects or triggers. Or submit decks that have 8+ cards with Death effect or triggers. It's the Enter the Battlefield versus effect versus the Death effect. It's pretty straightforward, you know what I mean? I think they're with a nope right now. Ugh. Is that death or leaves the battlefield? Should be death. Should be death. Should be death. Lauren says, nothing against Knox or Brian, but will there be other guests on the show eventually? I'm going to hit that with a grand ol' in theory. The fact of the matter is, it takes a while just to get the setup up and running, and I know Knox and I know Kibler, and I like doing shows with people I know. So, I mean, that's just about that. It's nothing against guests or pro them in an unusual way. I just can't even believe how dead we are, you know? Oh, how do we do this? Ugh. I mean, I think I'm dead. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. I think that our opponent will swing with the flappers, and I need to hit a land drop to play the Mammoth Spider, and that's what I've got. That's about it. Alright, we're dead. Get me out. Well, this is one way we can do it. Here comes all the land. Yuck. This is the only way that I see that I can do it. My opponent should block like this and put it on a bird. That is the play. So then this gets buffed on. Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah, that definitely means we're dead no matter what. Okay, let me get the hell out of here. Ah!